In an age where technology and military advancements are rapidly progressing, it is not unusual for the public to catch glimpses of activities that remain shrouded in secrecy. One such instance occurred when an anonymous scientist reportedly posted a photograph of a laser beam striking the ground near a military base in the United States. The image, which was shared briefly on a personal website, depicted an intense, focused beam of light, unmistakably artificial in nature, piercing through the atmosphere and hitting the ground close to the base. However, shortly after the image went live, the website was mysteriously shut down, leaving the public with unanswered questions and fueling a wave of speculation about what was really happening near the base. This photograph has since ignited widespread debate about military activities and technological experiments that are being conducted behind closed doors. Some believe that the image is proof of advanced weapons testing, while others suggest that it might be evidence of extraterrestrial involvement or undisclosed research into new forms of energy. Although the scientist behind the photograph has remained anonymous, their brief moment of disclosure has opened the floodgates for researchers and enthusiasts to explore the possibility of a cover-up. The photograph in question showed what appeared to be a powerful laser beam shooting from an unknown source in the sky, descending with precision to the ground near a restricted military area. The beam was captured in sharp focus, clearly distinguishable from any natural light phenomenon. The intensity of the light, combined with the isolated location, immediately raised suspicions that this was not a conventional occurrence. Speculation about the source of the laser ranged from military weapons tests to satellite-based energy beams, or even something more otherworldly. What made the image particularly intriguing was the clarity with which it depicted the beam. Unlike many grainy or inconclusive images shared online, this photograph left little room for ambiguity. It showed a straight, controlled beam of light directed at the Earth. Viewers who saw the photograph before the website was taken down noted the beam's unnatural brightness and uniformity, which set it apart from anything normally seen in the sky. Moreover, the location of the photograph near a US military base added another layer of intrigue. Military installations, particularly those involved in cutting-edge research and weapons development, are often the subject of speculation and secrecy. The fact that the beam was captured in proximity to a military base led many to believe that the photograph had inadvertently captured a classified experiment or weapons test in progress. What happened after the image was posted added even more mystery to the situation. According to several sources, shortly after the anonymous scientist uploaded the photograph to their personal website, the site was abruptly shut down. Attempts to access the site yielded nothing, and there was no explanation given for its sudden disappearance. The scientist's identity has never been revealed, and no further attempts were made to re-upload the image or provide additional context, with many even going as far as saying that the individual in question who shared the image may have been harmed, adding that people who have come forward with similar evidence in the past have suddenly vanished for sharing similar photographs. This swift shutdown has only fueled speculation that the image captured something the public was not supposed to see. Some believe that the military or another government entity may have intervened to suppress the image and prevent further investigation. The speed with which the website was taken offline suggests that whatever was depicted in the photograph was sensitive enough to warrant immediate action. The photograph and its subsequent disappearance have given rise to a number of theories, ranging from advanced weapons testing to extraterrestrial involvement. Among the more grounded explanations is the idea that the laser beam was part of a directed energy weapons test. Directed energy weapons, which use focused energy in the form of lasers, microwaves, or particle beams to damage or incapacitate targets, have been the subject of research and development for years. The US military has long been rumored to be working on laser-based weapons capable of disabling enemy missiles, drones, or other targets from long distances. If the photograph did indeed capture such a test, the military's decision to shut down the website could be seen as an effort to prevent the public from gaining insight into classified weapons technology. Lasers have a number of potential military applications, from missile defense systems to high-powered weapons capable of targeting satellites or ground-based infrastructure. The United States and other countries have been working on these technologies for years, but much of the research is kept under wraps for national security reasons. Another theory proposes that the beam could be related to satellite-based energy transmission, a technology that would involve the use of space-based lasers to send energy to Earth. This concept, though still in its early stages, is being explored by scientists as a way to harness solar energy from space and transmit it back to Earth using lasers. If such an experiment were underway near a military base, it would make sense for the government to keep it secret until the technology is fully developed. However, for those more inclined toward the extraterrestrial hypothesis, the laser beam captured in the photograph could be evidence of something far more mysterious. There have been numerous reports over the years of strange lights and phenomena near military bases, leading some to believe that there may be a connection between UFO activity and military operations. In this context, the laser beam could be seen as either an alien technology or a response to extraterrestrial activity. While these ideas remain speculative, they persist in the imaginations of many who believe that we are not alone in the universe. One of the most perplexing aspects of this story is the silence of the anonymous scientist who posted the photograph. Despite the intense interest generated by the image, the individual has never come forward to provide more details or context. It is unclear whether this is due to fear of retaliation, a government warning, or simply a desire to remain out of the public eye. Whatever the reason, the scientist's decision to stay silent has only heightened the mystery surrounding the photograph. In the absence of further information, the public has been left to speculate and debate the significance of the laser beam. Online forums and social media platforms have become hotbeds of discussion, with users dissecting the few available details in an attempt to uncover the truth. Some believe that the scientist was pressured into taking down the website, while others think the shutdown was voluntary, perhaps out of fear or concern for personal safety. The possibility that the anonymous scientist's photograph captured the testing of a secret military weapon is one of the most compelling theories to emerge from this mysterious incident. Military organizations worldwide are known for conducting highly classified tests on advanced technologies, and the United States in particular has been a leader in the development of cutting-edge defense systems. The laser beam in the photograph, if real, could represent evidence of a directed energy weapon being tested, a technology that has long been the subject of both military research and public fascination. The fact that the photograph was reportedly taken near a military base strengthens this theory. Military installations are often shrouded in secrecy, particularly those involved in experimental weapons development, and it's possible that the beam was part of a covert weapons test that inadvertently became visible to someone outside the program. If this was indeed the case, the swift shutdown of the scientist's website could have been a deliberate action to prevent sensitive information from reaching the public. In recent years, directed energy weapons have become a key area of research for the US military. These weapons rely on focused energy, typically in the form of lasers, microwaves, or particle beams, to incapacitate or destroy targets. Unlike traditional kinetic weapons, such as bullets or missiles, these weapons offer several advantages, including the ability to hit targets at the speed of light, increased precision, and minimal collateral damage. Additionally, because they don't rely on physical ammunition, they can potentially be used repeatedly without the need for reloading. The United States has already made significant progress in the development of laser weapons, with several branches of the military experimenting with laser systems capable of targeting missiles, drones, aircraft, and even ground-based threats. For example, the US Navy has successfully tested laser systems mounted on ships, capable of disabling enemy drones and small boats. These systems are seen as a next-generation defense mechanism, offering the potential to protect military assets from increasingly sophisticated airborne threats. Given the advanced state of this research, it's entirely plausible that the laser beam captured in the photograph could have been part of a test for one of these weapons. Such tests are typically conducted in remote areas, far from the public eye, and often near military bases where security and secrecy can be maintained. If the beam seen in the photograph was a directed energy weapon in action, the test may have involved targeting a specific location on the ground, which could explain why the beam appeared to be striking the Earth in such a focused manner. One of the key questions surrounding the photograph is how the anonymous scientist managed to capture such a precise image of the laser beam. There are several possible explanations for how this might have occurred. It's possible that the scientist was conducting unrelated research, perhaps photographing atmospheric or weather phenomena, when the laser beam appeared in the frame. If the beam was part of a brief, high-intensity weapons test, it could have been visible only for a few moments, just long enough for the scientist to snap a picture. Given that the beam was reportedly near a military base, the test may have been unexpected, and the scientist could have been in the right place at the right time to capture the event. Another possibility is that the scientist was already aware of unusual activity near the base and was monitoring the area for signs of secret tests. Researchers, amateur and professional alike, often keep an eye on military bases known for testing new technologies. With the availability of advanced camera equipment and high-resolution satellite imagery, it's not impossible that the scientist had positioned themselves in a location where they could capture an image of any unusual activity. In this case, the laser beam may have been the result of careful observation over time. Some have speculated that the photograph might not have been taken from the ground at all, but rather from a remote device, such as a satellite or drone. If the scientist had access to such technology, they may have been able to capture the beam from above, offering a different perspective than what would be seen from the ground. The high altitude of a satellite or drone could allow for a clearer view of the beam as it descended to the Earth's surface, making the image even more striking. Military tests, especially those involving advanced technologies like directed energy weapons, are typically conducted under strict secrecy. The US military has a long history of conducting experiments that are classified at the highest levels, often taking place in isolated regions to avoid public exposure. Some of these tests have been declassified years or even decades later, but many remain shrouded in mystery. The sudden shutdown of the scientist's website shortly after the photograph was shared suggests that the image may have shown something the public was not meant to see. Government entities, particularly the military, have the authority to restrict or suppress information related to national security, and if the photograph did indeed capture a classified weapons test, it's likely that the military acted quickly to remove it from the public domain. The laser beam itself, if part of a weapons test, may have been targeted at a controlled area on the ground, either as part of a calibration process or to test the weapon's effectiveness against certain materials or structures. These tests are often carried out in remote areas to minimize the risk of accidents or exposure to civilians, but in this case, the beam may have inadvertently been visible to someone outside the testing program. If the scientist truly captured a secret military test, the implications are significant. The photograph could serve as evidence of ongoing military research into directed energy weapons or other cutting-edge technologies. The United States has long been at the forefront of such research, and while much of it is classified, occasional leaks or accidental disclosures, like the photograph in question, offer rare glimpses into what might be happening behind closed doors. The rapid shutdown of the website could also indicate that the military is actively trying to prevent public discussion or speculation about the test. Secrecy is often prioritized in defense programs to prevent adversaries from gaining insight into military capabilities or vulnerabilities. In this case, the photograph's release may have been seen as a threat to national security, leading to swift action to remove it from circulation. The story of the anonymous scientist who posted the photograph of a laser beam hitting the ground near a US military base brings to light a broader issue: the inherent dangers faced by those who attempt to expose classified information. Throughout history, whistleblowers who have come forward with sensitive or classified evidence have often faced serious repercussions. Whether the disclosure involves military technology, government secrets, or controversial programs, those who reveal such information risk their careers, freedom, and in some cases, their personal safety. While the scientist in this case chose to remain anonymous and has since gone silent, the swift shutdown of their website raises concerns about the lengths to which powerful institutions may go to suppress sensitive information. Over the years, several high-profile whistleblowers have come forward to reveal classified information, only to suffer retaliation, ranging from harassment and threats to imprisonment and even suspicious accidents. This reality raises an important question: what happens to those who dare to challenge the secrecy of powerful institutions by revealing the truth? Whistleblowers who expose government or military secrets often find themselves in precarious positions, as the information they reveal is usually classified under national security laws. While some whistleblowers have been hailed as heroes for their bravery, many face significant consequences, especially when the information they reveal involves advanced military technology or covert government programs. One of the most well-known whistleblowers is Edward Snowden, a former NSA contractor who leaked classified information about mass surveillance programs conducted by the US government. Although his revelations sparked widespread debate about privacy and government overreach, Snowden was forced to flee the country and seek asylum abroad. He remains in exile, unable to return to the United States without facing espionage charges that could result in a lengthy prison sentence. In these cases, whistleblowers became international figures, but the repercussions they faced were severe. Harassment, legal prosecution, and imprisonment are often used as tools to deter individuals from coming forward with classified evidence. For those who work within sensitive sectors like the military, intelligence, or defense, the risks are even higher due to the classified nature of their work. Revealing secrets in these fields can result not only in professional ruin, but also in life-threatening consequences. When it comes to revealing classified military technology, whistleblowers are often at even greater risk. The development of advanced weapons systems or covert military operations is typically shrouded in secrecy to protect national security. Those who work within these projects often sign non-disclosure agreements or are bound by laws that prohibit the sharing of classified information. Breaching these agreements can result in serious legal action, but in some cases, the consequences go beyond the legal system. Even more alarming are the cases of whistleblowers who have experienced mysterious accidents or threats after coming forward with sensitive information. The International Space Station serves as a unique platform for scientific research and observation. It also provides a continuous live feed, allowing the public to witness the wonders of space in real time. However, one particular event captured on the live cameras has sparked both intrigue and debate, a large crucifix appearing close to the space station. One ordinary evening, an avid space enthusiast and regular watcher of the live feed settled in to observe the serene views of Earth from space. As he watched, something extraordinary happened. A large, glowing crucifix appeared near the International Space Station, captured clearly by the live cameras. The man said he was in disbelief, and so quickly took a screenshot to document the event. The crucifix seemed to hover, illuminated against the dark backdrop of space, before slowly fading away after several minutes. The mysterious photograph quickly spread across social media and various online platforms. The clarity of the images and the distinct form of the crucifix left little room for skepticism about what was captured. The incident, unprecedented in the history of the space station's live feed, ignited a wave of speculation and curiosity. Social media platforms were flooded with discussions, theories, and debates about the significance of the crucifix. Some viewers interpreted the event as a divine sign, a message from a higher power in the vastness of space. Others speculated about possible scientific explanations, while some questioned the authenticity of the footage despite its clear evidence. For many, the sighting of a crucifix in space carried profound significance, with many saying that the crucifix, a symbol deeply rooted in Christian faith, appearing in the expanse of space, was seen by some as a miraculous event. As many have pointed out, numerous incidents have been recorded where objects of unknown origin appear near the International Space Station, displaying characteristics that defy conventional explanations. These sightings typically involve objects moving at high speeds, changing directions abruptly, and exhibiting luminescent qualities. Unlike space debris or known satellites, these UFOs often follow irregular trajectories, suggesting intelligent control or advanced propulsion systems. The space station's live feed has captured several such sightings, with some of the most notable incidents gaining significant public attention. For example, in one widely discussed sighting, a glowing disc-shaped object was seen maneuvering near the space station's cameras. The object moved in ways that seemed to contradict the laws of physics as we understand them, including sudden stops and rapid accelerations. Another instance involved a triangular object emitting a bright light, observed hovering before vanishing into the darkness of space. The public response to these UFO sightings has been overwhelmingly enthusiastic and curious. Social media platforms and online forums buzz with speculation and debate whenever a new sighting is reported. Many viewers interpret these events as potential evidence of advanced life, pointing to the advanced maneuvers and unexplained nature of the objects. The fascination with these sightings reflects a deep-rooted human curiosity about the unknown and a longing for answers about our place in the universe. Experts from various fields, including astrophysics, aerospace engineering, and ufology, have also weighed in on these sightings. While some scientists remain skeptical, suggesting that the objects could be space debris, reflections, or artifacts of camera glitches, others are more open to alternative explanations. The precision and anomalous behavior of the UFOs have led some researchers to consider the possibility of advanced technologies, potentially of extraterrestrial origin. These experts call for rigorous scientific investigation to understand the true nature of these sightings. The potential existence of UFOs with advanced technological capabilities has profound implications for scientific exploration. If these objects are indeed extraterrestrial or represent advanced human technology, they could offer insights into propulsion systems, energy sources, and materials far beyond our current understanding. Studying these phenomena rigorously could lead to revolutionary advancements in aerospace technology and energy science. One of the most striking features of triangle-shaped UFOs is their geometric precision. Witnesses consistently describe these objects as having a perfect triangular form, often with rounded or sharp corners. The symmetry and exactness of these shapes suggest an advanced level of design and construction that challenges current aerospace engineering capabilities. Triangle-shaped UFOs are frequently reported to have lights at each corner and sometimes a larger light in the center. These lights often exhibit unusual behaviors, such as changing colors, pulsing, or moving independently. The movement of these UFOs is another defining characteristic. They are capable of rapid acceleration, abrupt turns, and hovering in place, all without any visible means of propulsion. This defies our understanding of aerodynamics and propulsion systems. Another common feature of triangle-shaped UFOs is their silence. Despite their large size and the speed at which they can move, these objects are often reported to be completely silent. This lack of noise adds to the mystery and suggests the use of advanced technology that minimizes or eliminates the sound associated with conventional aircraft engines. One of the most compelling theories is that triangle-shaped UFOs are advanced in origin. The advanced maneuvers, geometric precision, and lack of visible propulsion systems suggest technology far beyond current human capabilities. Proponents of this theory argue that these UFOs could be reconnaissance or exploratory craft sent by intelligent extraterrestrial beings to study Earth and its inhabitants. Another plausible explanation is that triangle-shaped UFOs are advanced human-made technology, potentially developed in secret by military or private aerospace programs. These could be experimental aircraft or drones utilizing cutting-edge propulsion and stealth technologies. The clandestine nature of such projects would explain the lack of public knowledge and official acknowledgement. Triangle-shaped UFOs also raise important questions about national security. If these objects are advanced human technology, they could represent a significant leap in military capabilities. If extraterrestrial, they could pose unknown risks or opportunities. Governments must therefore consider both defensive measures and potential avenues for peaceful contact and cooperation. One of the most intriguing aspects of these phenomena is their apparent ability to outmaneuver military jets during pursuit. Unidentified objects are often described as having propulsion systems that defy our current understanding of physics and aerodynamics. Witness accounts frequently mention that these craft can accelerate rapidly, make abrupt changes in direction, and hover without visible means of propulsion. Such capabilities suggest the existence of advanced propulsion technology far beyond anything currently available to human-made aircraft. One theory is that unidentified objects may employ unconventional propulsion systems, such as anti-gravity or field propulsion, which allows them to operate outside the constraints of traditional jet engines. If true, this would explain their extraordinary maneuverability and the ease with which they can evade military pursuit. Sightings frequently involve reports of objects making sudden stops and sharp turns, actions that defy the laws of physics as we understand them, and these maneuvers would subject human pilots to extreme G-forces and potentially catastrophic structural stress. Yet, UFOs seem to effortlessly overcome these limitations. Some theories posit that these craft possess technology capable of manipulating gravitational forces or creating protective electromagnetic fields, effectively neutralizing the inertial effects on their occupants. If this were the case, it would provide a plausible explanation for their remarkable maneuverability and ability to outmaneuver military jets. The aerodynamic characteristics and materials of unidentified objects have long been subjects of speculation. Witnesses often describe these aircrafts as having streamlined, disc-shaped, or triangular designs that differ significantly from conventional aircraft, and these unique shapes and materials could provide a clue to their maneuvering capabilities. One hypothesis is that these objects utilize cutting-edge materials and aerodynamic principles that allow them to manipulate airflow and reduce drag, enabling rapid changes in direction and velocity. This advanced understanding of aerodynamics could explain why they appear to effortlessly outmaneuver military jets. Many sightings involve craft that suddenly disappear or become invisible to the naked eye, and these instances suggest the presence of advanced stealth technology that can render the UFO undetectable by radar or visual observation. If these objects possess technology that allows them to cloak themselves or become invisible to military sensors, it would give them a significant advantage when evading pursuit. Military jets, reliant on radar and visual tracking, would struggle to engage an adversary that can effortlessly disappear and reappear. Another intriguing possibility is that the occupants or operators of these aircrafts possess cognitive abilities that surpass human capabilities.